Okay, I wanted to do this video on multiplying multi-digit whole numbers by a decimal. So we have done multiplying multi-digit numbers by multi-digit numbers. Now we're just going to multiply them by a decimal. So let's see. So I am going to let's look for an example here. So let's do the example that we're going to be going over in class. I'll just use this for right now. So let's do 43 times 2.4. So 43 times 2 and 4 tenths. Okay. So, sorry. 43 times 2 and 4 tenths. So the first thing we're going to do is when we look at this, if we give it a quick estimate. So we're going to give it a quick estimate and say 43 is closest to 40. All right. Nearest, we're going to go to the tens place. And we're going to times that by 2 and 4 tenths. Well, my greatest place value here is in our 1. So in between 2 and 3 ones, 2 and 4 tenths is closest to 2. So 40 times 2 is 80. So our final answer, our product, should be roughly about 80. But when I look at this, you're going to ask yourself, is my final answer, my exact answer, going to be greater than 80, or is it going to be less than 80? Well, when I look here and see that I estimated down, my exact answer is going to have to be greater, because if I do 43, that's greater than 40. And if I multiply it by 2 and 4 tenths, that's greater than 2 wholes. So my exact answer is going to be greater than 80. So I'm going to open up a new screen here because I want to be able to come back to that. And I just want to double check. We had 43 times 2.4. So I don't like, I was in the wrong thing. So 43 times 2 and 4 tenths. All right. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use the standard algorithm. Okay. I'm going to do the standard algorithm to multiply these numbers. And I'm going to go 43 times. Now, what I'm going to do right here is I'm going to take away that decimal point just for now. It's not completely gone. But I'm just going to take it away because really what I have here is 2 and 4 tenths. There is one place value after my decimal point. So I'm going, you know what? I'm going to right here. I'm going to do one place value after the decimal point. All right. I just want to be able to remember that when I come back at the end. Okay. So now I'm going to go back and do 43 times 24, which I know is really 24 tenths. And how do I know it's tenths? Because one digit after the decimal point is our tenths place, 1 power of 10. So 4 times 3 is 12. 4 times 4 is 16, and I'm going to add that 1, is 17. Okay, I'm done with that 4, and I'm done with that, the one that I regrouped. Now I'm moving into the tenths place right here. So because I'm moving into the tenths place, I'm going to put a placeholder down here. There's my placeholder. Now I go 2 times 3 is 6, and 2 times 4 is 8. These are my two partial products. Okay? Partial product 1, partial product 2. So now I'm going to add 2 and nothing is 2. 7 and 6 is 13. 1 and 1 is 2. 2 and 8 is 10. So I have 1,032, and it's really 1,032 tenths. Okay? So 1,032 tenths. Now, let's go back to what we had over here. I know when I write my final answer, my answer needs to be in the tenths place. I have 1,032 tenths. So just like I had up here, I only had one place value after the decimal point, and there's no place values after the decimal point. My final answer has to have, I'm going to do it in a different color, has to have one place value after the decimal point, which I have right here. The old school way of thinking was, and if any parents are watching this, when I multiply 43 times 2 and 4 tenths, there was one hop after the decimal point. So if there's one hop after the decimal point, I need to make one hop in from the end of my number. So when we say the one hop, we're really talking about one place value position. That's what the old school term of just making one hop. There's one hop after the decimal point, so we move in one hop. So my final answer would be 103 and 2 tenths, which is the same as 1,032 tenths. Is the same as 103. Well, 103 and 2 tenths. Now, if I was to do this using an area model, 43 times 2.4, I'm going to go here. So it was 43 times 2 and 4 tenths. Same way, I'm going to set up 43 and now 20 and 4. Okay? Because really, I'm taking away the decimal point at first. So really, I'm going to say that decimal point, I'm forgetting it's even there at first. I know that at the end, when I find my final product, I have to bring back that decimal point because my answer is going to be in the tenths place. So I will just go back in here, 20 and 40. 20 times 40 is 800. And I know, once again, I made the mistake. I should have put the 4 up top and the 20 underneath. And you know what? For anyone that is watching, I am going to change that. Does not change your answer, but I'm trying to get out of a habit that I've had since I was in elementary school. 4 times 40 is 160. 20 times 40 is 800. 4 times 3 is 12. And 20 times 3 is 60. I'm going to add up those partial products. 800, 160, 60, and 12. That's 2, 13, 10. 1,032. But I know my answer isn't 1,032. It's really 1,032 tenths. And if I have 1,032 tenths, then my final product has to have a decimal point, one place value in, which will give us tenths. So it's 103 and 2 tenths. Okay, so I hope this video is for lesson, I'm going to go back. This will be for lesson 10, which we'll be working on tomorrow or today or yesterday, depending on when you saw this video. So it's multiplying multi-digit whole numbers by a decimal.